interesting.
As is customary in their own way, teams showing their unity in the fight and the battle against racial inequality and racial oppression. Now, time to show those skills. Mohamed Rizwan and Babar Azam have been a very prolific combination at the top of the innings, but as you said, the swing, seam, and bounce for Rabada, Nokia, Pretorius earlier. Bangladesh found some movement of their own, so let's see if that survives into this game.
Pakistan want to do it the hard way or tick all the boxes before that semi-final. Interesting decision. If they find themselves a few wickets down in the first few overs, and for that to happen, the ball needs to swing. It'll be very interesting if it does, and how much. Here we go.
On target for Ruben Trumpelman. Remember, he got 3 wickets in his first over against Scotland earlier in this World Cup. And he's shown the ability to hit a good length and to get the ball to swing or seam with that upright position of the seam on the ball. Deep square leg and third man in place.
Chris Gaffney, 34th T20I. And Chris Brown, 38 for him, 38th. Richard Illingworth, 4th umpire, 4 right for the 3rd umpire. There's evidence of that bit of movement off the surface. That one just held away from Rizwan. He's going to prepare himself to bowl, just coming back in. That one just held its own and carried on.
Movement, brilliant from Trumpelman.
A lovely length. Unsure is one, just pushing at it. And with this new ball, with that little bit of shape, if you can hit that length consistently, it'll cause problems. And there is a bit of shape to start off with.
Just want to keep it simple. Just keep hitting that spot in the power play. Again, brilliant. A reminder of what he did against Scotland when he picked up the 3 wickets in his first over. Nice, strong action. And does hit that good length regularly. Fast bowlers have the memory of elephants, and that's all he's got to continue doing today.
A wonderful start, a maiden to start off the innings.
শীর্ষের অনুভূতিকে দ্রুত হার মানান সেন্সোডাইন র্যাপিড রিলিফের সঙ্গে।
মাঝখানে ভ্যানিলা ক্রিম আর 2 পাশে বিস্কুট, ইয়াম্মি মজা। তাই এখন ক্রিমও খাও লিজেন্ড স্টাইলে।
নিউজিল্যান্ড ডেয়ারি এক্সেলেন্স ইন কোয়ালিটি।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
Landmarks upon us. 200th T20 match for Babar Azam. Nice notch under his belt. Asif Ali needs 5 sixes to get to 250 in T20s, and Erasmus needs 2 to get to 50. David Visa, clever, skillful. Can he be accurate? Of course, a great history with David Visa and many of the Pakistan players because he's journeyed in the passage.
A well-known player, and he just needs to keep it simple in the power play. Just 2 fielders allowed outside the circle. And just hit back of a lens straight away. Nicely timed. Babar does this so often. He just drifts slightly into the pads or even just middle and off. He clips it away. Get back for 3. Babar known for his driving through the offside, through the covers, but he's so good off his pads, and he makes sure that he picks his gap leg side. That one sort of middle and leg, but he can take you off stump as well because his balance is so good.
They moved forward and across his stumps, did Mohammad Rizwan. But I want to draw the viewer's eyes to a spot that I think Visa can bowl into. You don't clearly see it from this angle. Where it gives a little marker for David Visa to bowl accurately into. There are things that I like to look for when I was going out to look at a pitch before the match. It just bounces just forward of that spot, just there. You can see the mark. And that tells the bowler where he can aim to, where it's causing a problem. Does he need to shift his length or his line at all? It's quite obvious to me, and something that Visa can look at.
There's so much work being done. That's the inspection of that exact spot. I don't think you got it right. It was just short of that, wasn't it? But yeah, it's a pitch where fast bowlers will like. You don't often see that in the UAE especially, but spattering of grass. And if you get the ball to land on the seam like that, you can get some purchase. 4 without loss.
কেউ জানুক আর না জানুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। তাই ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ইনস্ট্যান্ট হ্যান্ড স্যানিটাইজার।
সেপ্টেল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Luxurious silky finishing ও antibacterial property সমৃদ্ধ বার্জার লাক্সারি সিল্ক এমলশন শুধুই গ্ল্যামারাস দেয় না, আমার স্মৃতি রাঙিনা।
We go back to 2012 when Pakistan lost against England here at the Zaid Stadium. They haven't lost one since at this venue. In fact, in the UAE, they've won their last 14 T20 internationals since a series against the West Indies back in 2016.
The first over, a bit of shape, but the length, he's just banged away, just short of a good length throughout that over. And made it so difficult for Rizwan to actually get bat on it in the end. But it was the first time ever that Rizwan has played out a maiden in T20Is. The quality stuff. power play strike bowler, and that is because of the swing that he gets, and also a good bouncer. So you've got to be careful if you just plant that front foot. The right-hander, you don't want to plant that front foot because the ball's swinging back in.
That's one of the ingredients that will help you on a surface that perhaps the first few overs will give the bowler support. If you're not getting boundaries, you're looking for boundaries. But Rizwan is also very busy between the set of stumps. Very well stopped. Good delivery as well. Turned Baba inside out.
Yeah, that length again. Well, yes, he was turned around, but that is his shot. He runs the ball to third man for fun. Slightly risky with the new ball, with a bit of seam movement that is present there, but he won't back down.
Ooh. I was right on target. It was slightly fuller in length. Well, much fuller in length than the previous delivery. Baba got some bat on it, I think.
Lots of people ask this question, left arm over, you know the ball's going to swing back in. They asked this about Shaheen Shah Afridi. You know that he's going to swing the ball back in and still be able to produce results. Most difficult delivery for a right-handed opening batsman or any batsman is the ball swinging back in late with the left armour. So that's why they produce so many results with that ball coming back into the stumps. 6 without loss.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
Been a good year for Mohammad Rizwan. Opening the batting has been great. It's a touch too short, but well played by Baba.
Yeah, again, hitting it underneath his eyes, so able to place it well. Didn't get the exact timing, but he looks sorted because Babar Azam.
Last night I just saw, and as we all saw, that mind-boggling innings from Jos Buttler of England, 100, but the way that he almost had to anchor through difficult first 10 overs of the innings, picked his bowlers well, and really got into overdrive in the second half of their batting effort. Sometimes as a batsman on these surfaces, you need to pick your poison. Baba standing outside his crease. Just a length that gives you reward. First 50 for Jos Buttler took 45 deliveries. The second 50 took just 22. And it's something that I feel strongly about. People talk about anchors in this format of the game. Mentioned it in social media. The best anchors are guys who can power the ball, boundary hitters, but have long format skills. And Babar Azam has long format skills and short ball, short format ability.
Yeah, just too short. Thumped it through the offside. I just feel even on this pitch where the ball's offering something to the bowlers, it's always looking for that opportunity to hit a boundary. You talked about anchors. Also, the ability to sit in and then play the big shots. It's not just one gear. You can shift the gears in accordance with the game. And you look at England, and they batted first, and they got to a total which they could defend, and it wasn't easy defending because of the duo. Pakistan also want that. They need to be able to
Or hitter, boundary hitter who could anchor an innings because he played so much long form cricket. Your anchor, to me, has to be able to tee off with power after a while. Rizwan was late taking off, but he gets there safely. 13 without loss.
Oh, green tea, right? তো বলি স্কিন এত সুন্দর কেন? থ্যাঙ্কস, বাট নর্মাল টি। এখন নিশ্চয়ই পার্লারে না, ডিরেক্ট পার্টিতে।
সবাই তো জিরাস হবি। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন, ডাবল ময়শ্চারে ডাবল কেয়ারে বিউটিফুল স্কিন। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট সার্চ কমছে, আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
up there, number 3. You would expect him to be up there. Josh Butler, well, he's batting on a different level altogether. But Babar Azam has been so consistent for Pakistan. Well, what, 3 years now? He's been brilliant.
JJ Smith. Four wickets in the tournament. Pakistan will find out about themselves, but I felt watching Namibia at this ground throughout the tournament, they've been one of the cleverer bowling units, using the angles of the ground and the pitch with their limited resources. That's not a great start, but an excellent shot from Babar Azam.
Just seems like he's waiting for that delivery, and every time he hits it off the back foot, you think he already knew it was short, and that's a class off the man. Too short and pumped.
What's the advantage of that standing outside the crease on this pitch, Basit?
Well, I think he wants to get at the bowler. He wants to be able to play the ball early. There's not a lot of pace off the pitch either, so Babar making the conscious effort to get to the delivery. And also the bowlers aren't actually expressed, so he can make sure that he can get on that front foot, take LBW out of the equation, and also be able to hit the ball in front of him and maximize that bit of pace that the pitch offers.
Yeah, De Bruyne, who has had to work with limited resources, just 5 cricket grounds, as the well-told story of Namibia's cricket has been took, where they play such a very open venue, very casual venue. Finger goes up, full of length. Very full of length, and they review it.
TV umpire to director, we have a review for LBW. It's a fair delivery and original decision is out. We have front on first, please. Yeah, I'm just going to confirm the bat with ultra edge, please. No bat involved there. It's the pad. We can go to ball tracking in the middle. go. Original decision's out. He's pitching outside. Go back to Chris on ground. Richard change the decision to not out. And then screen now.
That tells you the story. The celebration, that being reversed. Just pitching outside leg, but you can understand why the umpire gave it only marginal in terms of where it pitched without the assistance of that tram line real time. And now to rub salt into the wound. Rizwan clips it for 4.
Now went fuller this time. Roundabout leg stump. My leg in the circle, so just a genuine little flick of the wrist, and away it went. Last time around, he was trying that little sweep shot or that pull shot that he likes. He needs to be hitting down the ground more often on this pitch. 5 done, 23 without loss.
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
দাঁতের শিরশির অনুভূতি থেকে আরাম পেতে ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন।
Such a gorgeous setting here, daytime or nighttime here at Zion. So the side here, unchanged. 3 from 3. They're rock and rolling here in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Such good form. It's a beautifully balanced side with experience and the youth, and well, even part of the youth it's experience. Anyway, Shaheen Afridi, not that old. Scary. Shadib Khan, he's been around a bit and he's not that old either. So you look at the David and Goliath clash, no doubt. And you've got Jan Fralink. So I'm looking forward to seeing how Namibia go, because I really do think this is their best string to their bow, is their bowling. A little bit of shape. Hello. Good evening, Anjum Chopra.
Good evening, Danny Morrison. How are you?
I'm here. I'm here with you.
Very well. It's a very pleasant evening. And when you see the seamers trying to get the better of the pitch that is on offer and the opportunity to trouble the batters, as a bowler, anyone would feel happy. Are you?
Well, you've got to keep a smile on the dial. Last 2 short knots when he's picked out a fielder, Bubba. Oh, got hold of this. Oh, dear. Mr. Frylink, are you okay? Get up, please. I hope he's just slipped in the follow-through. Of course, when you land on the 22 yards or the next pitch on the square, very unforgiving.
They have punished anything slightly short. They haven't really found the gaps a number of times that they've been offered the shorter delivery. But Frylink tried to give it everything. In the last game, I remember, he had a fall. Fortunately, hasn't hurt himself too much.
Nam fans in, big time. It's such a big stage, of course. And for friends and family to get out here and be part of this wonderful event, this ICC World Cup. All good. Frylink's back up and roaring. Hitting it well, but finding the field. There's the skipper. Uh-oh. Frustrating from the fielding point of view.
Then they've come with a very clear plan. The Namibia bowlers, they want to target that middle and leg stump line, anticipating that the ball might just do a bit in case the line shifts to the off stump, trying to get that ball in to the right-handers. That was a close shave early on against Rizwan.
Zane Green keeping here for Namibia. Pick up cleanly. Throw wasn't the best, sure, but keepers hold on to those. Oh, don't bother running, Bubba. And he doesn't. Here's 4 bits.
You just can't drop the ball short to either of these batters. They are in such prime form. 120 Ks, the width was on offer. Babar Azam doesn't need to do too much. The stroke play has been spot on. Finds a gap and he has the time to place it between those two cover fielders.
Starting to come around. Oh, there's a lovely little change of angle because that's what he's looking for, Freiling. One of those that maybe just jams on an inside edge and goes onto the stumps. It's a lovely little change of line. Look at this. And, yeah, it's the seam up. It's a bit of a floating seam. Look. Oh, yes, it's a beauty. Maybe on another night it just sneaks through and hits the stumps.
And the change of angle too. Slightly slower through the air, 119 Ks. Very convincing by Pakistan. Single to end the over on the power play, 29 without loss.
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
আমাদের বেকমেনদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকমেনস ক্রিয়েশন।
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
6 overs bowled. Thank you, Chris Gaffney. Confirmation of the power play being done. So into the next phase. Some lovely strokes and quite exquisite timing, but a big shout there was given, got referred, and just outside, just saved. There, Muhammad Rizwan. And Freiling has ended up on the dirt. He's also ended up going through the covers as well. Not bad. His first over went for 6. So just to run a ball, I think you take that against this almighty side that is Pakistan in this sort of form on the biggest stage. Change in the bowling and change in personnel. Yeah, Ben Chikongo, he's into the side. Yeah, he goes. Very excited young fellow. Head into the surface, and of course now the field can change more than the 2 fielders outside the 30-metre circle.
He started off well, wicket to wicket. He's been preferred over the spinner, largely due to the conditions. Of course, they were very much aware as to what was happening in the first game. Kagiso Rabada, Anrek Nokia, making an impression for South Africa, winning the game.
Got a chuckle because he was beaten for pace with the lack of it. I think he'd be chuckling too, be furious with himself that he's missed it, Rizwan. Almost a little bit of a dent in the ego rather than being too sore and painful. Just so early on it. Banged in, yeah, it's that sort of leg cut action. He was a week early on it. Now, I tell you, yeah, it still tickles a bit. Flush like that. Upper chest region, pectorials. A nice bruise there the next couple of days. So, Chikongo running away from us, running away from the pavilion end here at Zion. It's a better line and length. Protection. Very exciting for these guys, Anjem Chopra.
Absolutely, they have strengthened their batting as well. But looking at Pakistan, they've played last 4 T20s on the trot, as in the same playing 11. That's the last time that they played it, and they won it. This is only the second time that Pakistan have played 4 consecutive T20s with the same 11. 2009.
I knew you'd bring that up because guess what? Pakistan won it. They had to hustle, but yeah, comfortable in the end. Well, just to further on that too, Anjem, I mean, think about the India T20 finished off in this part of the world because of the pandemic, and then you think about the Pakistan T20 and their second part of their league finished off here. Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, they were the biggest run getters, like the most runs. Babar 554 and Rizwan bang on 500 in that second half of the tournament, held all here at this very venue. And Rizwan, captain of the winning team. Sultans.
I know you brought it up earlier too, Danny, that Pakistan have been the winners of the T20 World Cup 2009. Well, at the toss.
Yeah, the Green Machine, as they're affectionately known, Pakistan. Yeah, 1-09, brilliant. There in the UK. Yeah, don't bowl there. Protection, almost feels. Front. Yeah, off to Eaton, youngster only 20. Misfields, 36 without loss.
শিরশির অনুভূতিকে দ্রুত হার মানান সেন্সোডাইন র্যাপিড রিলিফের সঙ্গে।
মাঝখানে ভ্যানিলা ক্রিম আর দুই পাশে বিস্কুট, ইয়াম্মি মজা। তাই এখন ক্রিমও খাও নিজের স্টাইলে।
নিউজিল্যান্ড ডেয়ারি, এক্সেলেন্স ইন কোয়ালিটি।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে, আর সেন্ট মানি তো ফ্রি।
Live Stadium. And, yeah, pretty good numbers in. Pakistan playing does help, of course. In Namibia, the light and dark blue, more of Freiling for his second, staying round. There's protection now. Bubba will think about too and should get it because a lot of real estate out that side. Third side. Well, just speaking about Pakistan in 09, how's this for a magic moment?
Afridi fittingly hits the winning run. Shahid Afridi.
Yeah, marvellous times back in 09. Sri Lanka. They could only muster 138 for 6, and in the end, Pakistan at 139 for 2. Very comfortable in 18.4. Afridi. Quality side that was, again, a bit like this. The class of 2021, so beautifully balanced with experience and youth and some match winners. Time to change the blade. You did this often, Angel.
I didn't have so many numbers. And if I had to make sure that I was scoring those runs.
A lot of fans around the world were enlightening me on social media that I didn't know which end to grab of a bat. How dare I comment? Hashtag love this game. Oh, in the air for some time. Almost the first one down. Stephen Barr.
One thing has been very clear, that while the Pakistan batters are trying to time the ball to their best, being their very first game in Abu Dhabi, just get a feeling they're trying to force the pace, trying to hit the ball too hard.
Came in with the angle. Flashing blade. Almost to the fence. Good fielding.
So while the short ball does get dispatched nicely, whether it's for Babar Azam or for Rizwan, anything that's slightly pitched up has actually not gone the perfect direction that the batters would have liked, both of them.
It's frustrating for the captain and the fielding side. Just off the boil there.
Yeah, that's the shorter side of the boundary, 62 meters. You don't want to be offering a second one if it isn't an offer.
Yeah, got the big feet in the way. That's what can happen. So it means Bubba's going to hold on to the strike. It's 45 without loss now.
এইটা নেন তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ
Initiative and message from UNICEF and the ICC asking for a greater commitment and connection and more of a conversation around mental health and physical well-being given these pandemic times is even more heightened. We talk about mental health challenges can be hard. It's tough enough to express that. And it's important we do so. So uni.ca/on my mind. You need to, go to that website. Quite early for objective because it can always change so dramatically given that we've still got a dozen overs to go. Tends to that 165. Get up and over. You'd feel so, but you just never know. One wicket can bring 2 or 3, as we know in T20. Time for the Pakistan skipper once again. Smith. All left-handedness. Maybe a single there. Doesn't Khan for a bit of analysis, sir.
It's all about Babar Azam. He's been brilliant. He's been brilliant outside off stump, being able to dispatch everything short of a... And for teams to win, you need to dismiss him early or need to close him down. And what you have to do is stay away from that offside. Make sure that you bowl within those stumps. 153 if you go wide. If you go straight, if you bowl stump to stump, it's much better because the strike rate drops. Now, this is not just Babar. If you look at all those players in the UAE, if you bowl straight at them, it's much more difficult. But for Babar to be closed down, you need to make sure that the lines and lengths are attacking the stumps.
Yeah, 100%, Baz. We saw that in the games at Sharjah from the spinner's perspective as well. Do not give away the stumps in these conditions where there's just a little indifference, a little bit of variation in pace and bounce. So often, and given how much cricket is played in this region for a start, it is not surprising the ground staff really are under the pump. Given how much cricket has been played here, mentioned Pakistan's T20, the almighty Indian T20 here finished off. Now we've got the World Cup. It's tournaments galore. And the charge, that characteristic shuffle of Rizwan. Going to plan at the moment for Pakistan. Haven't lost a wicket. Almost the 50 up in terms of the team total. And both these players set and getting good time in the middle.
And it's interesting that Pakistan wanted to bat today after winning the toss for the first time in the tournament. They've won 3 games, all of them chasing. It's the first time that we've actually seen a lot of shape, a bit of carry from the bowlers.
Yeah, he's a tall, strong fellow. May not be the quickest going around, Smith. But lovely seam position, great release, and look at it go. Oh, yes, and it gathered more pace from the pitch. Green liked it with the gloves on. Yeah, it hummed through to him.
A little earlier, before the game started, Ian Bishop was mentioning about those areas where the previous game the bowlers were hitting.
It's not bad, but protection out deep. So the 50 is up after 9. So 50.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
It is going rather nicely here for Pakistan. Winning the toss, winning the bat first. Haven't lost a wicket. Had 9. Pitch can be a little tricky. This one out might just zip around a little bit under lights. With the day game here. And South Africa dominant over Bangladesh. But so, the Tigers got a few wickets themselves early on. So, some quality coaching staff on offer. Is Nickel Lofty-Eaton, the mediums and bowls leggies and leg cutters, sometimes fast leg cutters, and is there the keeper standing up. And unsurprisingly, with a stat, 850 plus partnership between these two. They've opened together on 19 innings together in T20 internationals, and there you go, 8th time to post 50 in this opening stand in 19 innings. Very, very impressive, these two. Confirmation. So a challenge for Lofty-Eaton. You don't want to bowl there. Doesn't matter who you bowl to. Served up.
Yeah, prior to the start of the previous over, when J.J. Smith bowled from pavilion end, there was a little chat with Lofty-Eaton along with the captain Erasmus, and there was a thought that he might bring in the leg spinner from this end. And now he's gone to the other end, and he's just touched the ball a little too much, thinking the batter might go towards the offside. Babar Azam decides to go down the ground and with some power. A welcome boundary for Pakistan.
Much to the delight of the fans in green. It's just so good there, and hits the boundary and then just manipulates. Lovely percentage cricket.
Yeah, the idea is right to bring the leg spinner from the far end, because as a right-hander you would be expecting the batters to hit towards the offside, and that's the longer part of the ground, and he's got protection there too.
Oh. Well, he threw everything at it. Almost put his back out, trying to moose it downtown. Take one and be happy with an inside edge.
Yeah, yet again, trying to hit the ball too hard there. Muscle it down the ground. Try to take the advantage of the slower bowler on offer.
Another go on the 10th. No movement off the straight. This leg spin, leg cut. So we've had 10, and Pakistan are 59 without loss here. Time for a drink.
ভাবছেন ঘরের বাতাসেও জীবাণুরা করছে কিলবিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রি এসি, এতে আছে অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল ফিল্টার যা প্রতিরোধ করে 99% জীবাণু। গ্রি এসি একটু বেশি ঠান্ডা।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ট মানি তো ফ্রি।
এইটা নেন, তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না।
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে। তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই।
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্ন।
Pakistan going pretty well at the halfway mark. Mohammad Rizwan, 16 from 25. Maybe not quite his 100% best tonight, but on the 24th of October, he shone with the bat in Dubai. And have a look at this. On the right, that's him visualizing before the game. He's imagining these shots, and he went out and performed them in the middle against India. He was absolutely brilliant, making an undefeated 79 from 55 deliveries. 6 fours he hit and 3 sixes. He practiced every one of these shots and was able to execute it in a high-pressure situation. Magnificent batting.
A lot of runs square and behind square on the onside. Great strength of him deflecting the ball, using the bowler's pace, sweeping, slog sweeping. Perhaps you want to stay away from that strong area. A lot of analysis would have been done by every team that he comes up against.
And Shakungo into his second over. Mohammad Rizwan has been wonderful so far in the tournament for Pakistan. And he's also the most selected player in the Fantasy League. Not surprised. He is a very popular player for a very good reason. Very attacking batter. And Shaheen Afridi up there too, as you would expect. I'll wait to see what he does in this match with the ball. Too easy. Well, fine leg up. And ball there, it should be put away.
We showed in our little graph coming out of the break where Rizwan's strong areas were. We mentioned square on the onside and behind square. And that you needed to try to stay away from that strong area. Unfortunately for Shakungo, he hasn't done that on this occasion. Just a reminder, where can you bowl to? And you can shift to fourth stump, off stump. Try to stay off of getting too straight.
Not easy for Shakungo coming into this match. He hasn't had many overs under his belt. Just 21 years of age as a youngster, was with the team also in 2019 during
the qualifiers for this tournament. He bowled nicely there. Didn't bowl a lot of overs. But picked up 3 wickets in the 7 matches that he bowled in. He's got a lot of potential, does Shikongo. Need a little bit more time in terms of being out in the middle, get some overs under his belt. But he's got something there, doesn't he, Ian?
Yeah, first of all, he's got a nice athletic approach, nice bouncy approach to the crease. A nice load up. Gets through his action quite nicely. It's not a huge gather into that delivery stride, but he's young. Maybe a strengthening of that front leg is one other thing.
The call was 2. They decided, no, that's enough, just the 1. Ian, it wasn't me who said it, but some saying that Shikongo looks a little bit like a young Ian Bishop. It wasn't me.
It's a serious cricket. I don't know if those folks downstairs realize the seriousness of this. I used to have here at one point in time, but he's a much better looking young man and much more talented, absolutely sure.
Very nicely placed. Attempt in the field was good, but unfortunate in the end. It rebounded off him and went for 4. So it turns out to be a good over for Pakistan. 71 with this.
কেউ ভাবুক আর না ভাবুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল স্যানিটাইজিং হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
In the Super 12 stage of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. TSports, as you would expect, being at the top after a fantastic 100 last night. Babar Azam is catching him. Very close to Jos Buttler. Sri Lanka's been excellent for Sri Lanka as well. Rajapaksa did what he could with the bat too for Sri Lanka, but unfortunately for their team, they haven't got the results they would have wanted. Babar Azam has been in superb form. And it looks like he's got more runs in him yet. Brilliant from Trumpelman in his first 2 overs. Just went for 2 runs. Found such a good line and length. Now, can he do it from this end as well? Advancing. There is one. Just manages to get enough on it. Only just. It hung in the air for an age.
Number of things here. Rizwan had been going and he still is less than a run a ball, so he knows he has to get through the gears. And perhaps the bowler, not totally unsuspecting he'll use his feet, but I think it would have caught him a little by surprise first ball.
Now, maybe just changes his length a little bit from the advanced first time up. Bang it into the pitch. Next ball after this one. Smith on the boundary. Not very good at sign language, but I'm assuming that's got something to do with the horse. Wonderful from Babar Azam. Another 50 for this champion, who is in superb form and is leading as captain. He's 24th of his career. Not surprising that the crowd is absolutely loving this from their leader. 24 plus 50-plus score for him in his T20 international career. Mr. Consistent. He said he worked on his consistency. Just enough again. Big change up in this over from Pakistan. An increase in intensity.
And much needed, because it's been a tough first 10 overs for them, even though they haven't lost the wicket. And now with all those resources still left to come, there must be the extreme gear or the attempt from Baba and Rizwan. If one of them gets out, so be it. But there are a lot of resources left to come. Picked the shot well there too with mid-off up. If it ever goes on the off stump again, it's a wise choice.
Trumpleman has had a very interesting journey in this tournament. He was very good against Scotland. Then he struggled in the day game. After that, it was just all over the place a little bit. Couldn't find the consistency, but then seemed to find it again tonight in his first 2 overs. Now, it's a little bit different in this over because the batters are coming at him. What is his reply going to be? Certainly messed up his figures in this over. He bowled 2 overs for 2 runs before this. Big appeal. He's gone a long way across. In the end, the ball's gone down to the boundary for 4. 89 without loss.
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন সুরক্ষায় 10-10।
দাঁতের শিরশির অনুভূতি থেকে আরাম পেতে ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন।
Want to use the pace.
You can see that increase in intensity in the last 2 overs. All of a sudden, that run rate has started to pick up quite quickly. The 12th over, valuable for Pakistan. Now, Namibia know that if they don't get this back quickly, it's going to run away from them, and run away from them really quickly. Erasmus, a fantastic captain for Namibia. He's a good leader.
As a captain, obviously large amounts of work is done before the game with analysis and whatnot, but as a captain, I've always believed in improvising a bit, and you know, you only really have the best feel when you're standing there and then at the moment in the game. So I've really always tried to go with my gut feel at that stage.
His gut feel has certainly been required throughout the tournament. Have a look at his right hand. There, he's showing you. That finger, by the way, is broken. He broke that finger actually quite a long way before this tournament even started. And he needed to go home and get surgery. But he said, no, I'm staying with my team. I wanted to be part of this World Cup. I wanted to lead my team. He's been having injections in that finger every day just to get rid of the pain and to be able to play. It's quite something for Karat Erasmus. He's still a youngster as well. He may have been captain for a while, but he's still a youngster. An amazing leader. And I said he wants to stay and lead his team.
He tested tonight, that finger. Rauf Afridi, Hassan Ali, as it was tested against Jamira and Kumara for Sri Lanka.
Oh, class. Very clever. Good fielding, though, from Freiling. Nicely placed. Pakistan now, with in the 13th over, still have all 10 wickets in hand. So there's a lot to come. Will there be a change in order, possibly, for Pakistan? Interested to see if they maybe make a change in order with the bring up a hitter, a little bit of a pinch hitter, something a bit different, try something. You don't necessarily need to. Who knows? Maybe try something different. Wonderful use of the feet. So smooth in the shot as well. He's finding his groove now, is Rizwan.
Risk reward for Lofty Eaton. Bowling to two batsmen in this mode with not a lot of purchase on the surface. Rizwan was pleased with it, yeah. Punches his hand into his thigh.
Very close to the 100 now, Pakistan, within the 13th over. They're trying to put him under pressure at the moment is Pakistan and the youngster. Namibia chose to drop the experienced Bernard Scholz for this game. So a lot of pressure relies now on Lofty Eaton, just 20 years of age. Not a lot of experience in this format. Oh, no. It's good running. Very good running in the end. And he's unfortunately worn one as well.
He wore one a little bit earlier from Chikongo in the chest. Now he wears the throw. They make them tough where he comes from. He'll recover. I just wonder if it's a time for maybe an over from David Visa as well, who has all that control. One of the things you can do as a seamer when batsmen are going hard is to change your pace, take pace off the ball. This pitch may not be as receptive to pace off because of the amount of grass on it, but it's worth a thought and an over perhaps from Visa.
Yeah, and it's one of his roles within the team, David Visser, is to come in, take control, bring back a net run rate anyway. He would have been in this situation many times in his career, bowling to these type of batters. The caliber of this type of batters is something he would have experienced before. Just a lengthy conversation now between Visser and his captain Erasmus. These two have been fantastic together. They've brought up the 100 partnership in the 13th over, 101 without loss.
কেউ বুঝুক আর না বুঝুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতেই। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ডিসইনফেক্ট্যান্ট স্প্রে।
সেপ্টেল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
তেমন নাম তেমন কাজ।
এনএসসি ন্যাশনাল এগ্রিকেয়ার, এসো স্বপ্ন ফলাই।
Partnership between these two, and it started to accelerate as well in the last few overs. First pair in men's T20 international history to have 5 100-run partnerships. They are so good together. Dangerous in so many ways. Difficult to get out. They have the ability to accelerate when necessary. Have a look at that second 50. 24 deliveries. Absolutely brilliant by Pakistan. And there's no doubt that their fans have had a lot to cheer about throughout this tournament and get the feeling they're going to have plenty more moments to cheer about through the rest of this tournament. They are so well placed, definite contenders for the title. Couldn't have gone better for them in these first few games. Now Freilich. So still no Erasmus. I should say Visser. Erasmus not choosing to go to Visser. He's chosen to go to Freiling with 7 overs to go. I don't think he quite read the pace of that one 100%. Seemed to play it really early. Babar Azam has been so good for Pakistan for quite a long time now, but in this tournament he's now already scored his 3rd half century. And it's been just prolific. Such an entertainer. It was difficult to time the ball early on as well. But he seemed at times to make it look really easy, especially while his partner was struggling. And once he's in, he's very difficult to remove. Oh, that's a decent bit of fielding. He had to get the dive out. And the umpire will go upstairs and have a look.
Third umpire to direct, do we have a review for a run out? Could I get your best side on angle, please? Bat is grounded. I'll go on screen with my decision.
Third umpire says that's not out. It's a pretty easy decision in the end. A bit of fielding though. It was worth the extra run. Pakistan in such a good position. I'm not sure how he's managed to play that.
Wow. Another occasion and landmark for Babar Azam, first captain to score 350s in one edition of the T20 World Cup. Second most runs for Pakistan in T20 internationals. He just churns it out, but the other guys around him are as important to score and play those ultra uber aggressive innings.
It's not a bad over from Namibia's point of view in the end. 109 without loss.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
ঠিক আছে, খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
Another 6 overs to go for Pakistan. Where do they go from here? They continue at this rate. You're looking about 150, 160. Pretty sure they want quite a bit more than that. This is a good opportunity to test out a few of the theories, see what they can get to. Certainly stamp the authority on this tournament. So 160 probably if they carry on at this rate. I doubt that will happen. I think you're looking at more around 180, 190 even possibly. It's not impossible. Let's see what Visser can do. Namibia are going to need a little bit more luck to go their way. And that's not one of the things that they would have wanted to see happen at this stage. Van Lingen allowing the ball through.
It's the first time tonight that he perhaps hasn't distinguished himself with his fielding down in that area. There have been a few fumbles and misfields generally from Namibia tonight, so it's one area where they'll know they need to control things better. that they can improve on, even individually as well as collectively.
This could be a chance. And finally, one taken by Namibia. Freiling takes the catch, and Visser into the attack, gets a wicket.
Yeah, David Visser had to be the man. Whether he's taken pace off it, I think he's taken pace off it. It's what
Yeah, the ball just angling back in, a bit of shape, which makes it swing back in. That's a terrific delivery to a left-hander. He's missed it completely, and the stumps are rooted. Hassan Ali, well, he'll enjoy that new ball, and it's just worked for him straight away. Up for 4, it's 8 for 1.
এইটা নেন তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই।
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যালভিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
It's experienced Craig Williams now in at number 3 for Namibia. He's been opening through the tournament, now coming in at 3. This is why stumps messed up in the end. Van Lingen has showed some promise opening the batting for Namibia, but sadly just couldn't make a mark on this game. Wonderful from Cincinnati. It's a little bit like you, Basit Khan, at times. When Pakistan have been doing well, you're always on our cases, aren't you?
I'm the one with the Namibia shirt on.
Very experienced Craig Williams. He's been with this team. Well, that's magnificent. There is an appeal from the bowler. Hassan Ali thinks there might have been a little something on this. They are having a chat. Doesn't look like they're going to go upstairs. Umpire's just letting them know it's 5 seconds and the time is out. 8 for 1.
কেউ জানুক আর না জানুক নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে তাই ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল ইনস্ট্যান্ট হ্যান্ড স্যানিটাইজার।
সেপনিল সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
লাক্সারিয়াস সিল্কি ফিনিশিং ও অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল প্রপার্টি সমৃদ্ধ বার্জার লাক্সারি সিল্ক ইমলশন শুধুই গ্ল্যামারাস দেয়াল আমার স্মৃতি রাঙিনা।
Pakistan had a slightly tough start to the innings, but the last 10 overs brought 130 runs, which is how they got to that 189. And it started with a fantastic opening partnership between Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. Rizwan continued on his way. He struggled a little bit in the beginning of his innings, but then found his feet and was absolutely brilliant to watch. He was undefeated at his 79. He had 8 fours and 4 sixes. He's one of the main reasons they were able to get up to that massive target. A really devastating opening pair, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. Should be an easy 2 for Namibia into the gap. Mohammad Rizwan has been just brilliant right through the tournament, and in this game he's got the most points. Don't be surprised if that possibly even goes up. He's got a job still to do with the gloves as well. Wonderful. Mohammad Rizwan. And that list dominated by the Pakistan players.
A high pace, and if it's not swinging, it's going to be short, so it's work cut out, really. Especially with this new ball on a surface which is offering a little bit to the bowlers. When Shahpreet tried to get the ball swing back in. He missed his length, bowled a full toss, but he's, well, dialed that back and said, yes, get to the nose now. We've been done with the toes, now nose.
It was in the air, but into the gap and a boundary for Bart. Sure how assured it was, but timed well enough.
And with that pace, you can use that pace, and he's used it really well. A little push offside, gone in the gap, and it's raced away. Not in complete control, but against high quality fast bowling, you'll take that. Yeah, tell him. Boundary.
That has flown through 141 kilometers an hour.
And he's thudded into Rizwan's gloves. Seam bolt upright, and it's hit the seam and just gone. Bat is nowhere near, but it's top pace.
Bernard Philander enjoyed that. Not too sure he would have ever bowled at that sort of pace, Bernard Philander, but he did enjoy that. He's managed to get bat on it this time. 3 overs gone, 15.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 14.90 টাকা।
What a brilliant couple of years Shine Afridi has had. Most wickets since 2020 in this format. He has been dominant with the ball. Shine Afridi takes wickets. He's difficult to score off as well. And it's not easy for the opening batters when they've got to face this type of bowling, especially under lights. Surface has also been offering a bit too today. Run rate was always going to be tough. A slow start. It's just going to get tougher.
The new ball helping Hassan Ali as well. He's getting the ball to nip back in. And he's at his most dangerous when the ball's nipping back in like that. He's hit the seam, and he's got the ball to go.
What a wonderful stroke. Trying to overhit it. Talk about using the pace, and here's a decent example.
Hassan Ali just pace off that delivery. And you would think with the new ball giving you something you don't want to bowl in, those slow ones, and he's just bowled it into the pitch and timed away to the offside.
And after just looking good on the drive, and he tries to go for a cross-batted shot. Well, that didn't seem to get up much either. And Williams was watching from the other end, seeing his partner driving the ball nicely, and he chooses to go for the cross-bat shot. Big gap on the leg side. I don't think he quite was prepared for that. But he still manages to get it down to the boundary for 4.
They're not very comfortable. That has hurt. Suddenly the short ball. And he's kept on following him. In the end, it was evasive action, really. And has struck his thumb full on.
That's hurt. That has really hurt at 137 kilometers an hour. Get a little bit of treatment. Magic spray, as they call it. Doesn't feel so magic when it goes on. It hurts. Help to numb the area as much as possible. Been in brilliant form. His 3rd half century of the tournament. His partner at the other end was struggling at times, but he took advantage of the Namibian bowlers. And he set up what is sure to be a winning total. The Super 12 stage has been so good for Pakistan. Have a look at those two. Mohammad Rizwan, 199. Babar Azam, hot on his heels with 198. What a start they get to the innings for Pakistan. Good calling. Early and loud. 23 for 1.
Oh, green tea, right? তো বলিস কি না তো সুন্দর কেন থ্যাঙ্কস বাট নর্মাল টি এখন নিশ্চয় পার্লারে না ডিরেক্ট পার্টিতে
সবাই তো জিলাস হবেই রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন ডাবল ময়শ্চারে ডাবল কেয়ারে বিউটিফুল স্কিন রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি
4 overs gone for Namibia, 23 for 1. Karat Erasmus could possibly be in next. He has been struggling with that broken finger. It's his ring finger on his right hand, so it's not going to be easy for him against this bowling attack. It's Coach Peter Brain having a little chat to him about maybe what he could expect out there possibly. David Visser is obviously another option from their point of view, but Zane Green is padded up. This is going to be interesting to see what Namibia do against Ahmad Wasim, the experienced bowler. Not easy to face either, not easy to read. How will Williams play this? There's just somebody moving behind the bowler's arm.
What with Wasim Jr.? The ball will just keep on coming back at you, right-hander. And you see that all the offside is packed. Protection on the leg side. He actually wants you to hit through the offside because it's against the angle. You just bowl that ball coming back into the stumps, and if you just pitch it slightly up to the bat, so going inside out or driving into the covers is difficult. And you want him, well, he wants the batter to hit it through the offside, like that.
Just a good look at the field. There's a strong ring on the offside. It's going to be difficult for him to get through. Square leg on the boundary, long on back. Now trying something a little bit different, Williams, waiting for it. And it behind square. But who's on 14, he's hit one boundary so far in his innings, one strike.
Oh, no!
Which is really putting more pressure on Namibia because this power play is going to be coming to an end soon. Struggle to take advantage against this strong attack. He tries something a little bit different. Still a dot ball though, 24 for 1.
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
দাঁতের শিরশির অনুভূতি থেকে আরাম পেতে ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন।
Five overs gone, 24 for 1. Pakistan at this stage were 23 for no wicket. Pretty good the first few overs from the Namibian bowlers. Now we're going to see Haris Rauf, who's had a very good campaign so far, the speed merchant with an ICC T20I ranking of 17. He is fast. Economy is excellent at 8.6. He'd like to get it down a little bit. 4 for 22 he achieved in Sharjah. Oh, he starts with a wayward delivery. Well taken, Mohammad Rizwan. 4 for 22 against New Zealand in Sharjah. He bowled some pretty fast deliveries and it was difficult to get away. Some good catches along the way as well. Hassan Ali with a very good catch, and he finished it off with knocking the stumps of Mitchell Santner. 4 for 22 is best. It's got a slip in now here. Fakhar Zaman at slip. Ooh, hurry. Nope. Well, he's picked up his craft very quickly in a couple of seasons, playing take ball cricket not too long ago, I can tell you that. Yeah, his economy against right-hand batters slightly up on left-handers. Slightly unusual, that. One of the world's fastest bowlers, he certainly is. He's strong in the final overs, and he prefers bowling to left-handers with the new ball. Well, that's something he can work on. He'll probably develop his repertoire. But there's no doubting his pace, and they're going to get two here. That's good running between Stephen Bard and Craig Williams.
Yeah, they've been very aware, the Namibian batters. Of course, a few misfieldings have allowed them to pick up those twos, but the running in between has been very, very impressive. The kind of rate, the run rate, the required run rate that they're chasing, they would require. If they're not collecting the boundaries, they're not hitting the sixes, keep the scoreboard moving. Albie Morkel there, our assistant coach of the Namibia team.
Good man to have in your corner, isn't he, Albie Morkel? And his much celebrated brother, Morne Morkel. There's Albie. Slightly bigger in stature, I think, than Morne. I think Morne might be a bit taller. Just by about a foot or two.
I thought you were talking about the skill level. The all-rounder.
Oh, no.
Albie Morkel.
Oh, Albie Morkel could hit the ball into another postcode. On his day, he was
correct,
imperious.
Absolutely. The effect and the contribution that he will have with these players, especially the fact that he can share the experience that on this stage, how do you handle yourself? How do you conduct yourself? How do you back your skills?
Albie Morkel, by the way, 248 sixes in T20 cricket. Oh, picked up. What a good-looking shot. That is a sublime shot for 6. Using the pace of Harris Rauf.
Yeah, when you get the timing right, there's pace on the ball. Oh, that's impressive. He's charged towards the bowler. That head position so very still. Very, very good. It's not an easy stroke to play. Not at all.
He's played it absolutely sublimely. Oh, yeah, Harris Rauf blows in frustration. He knows he's just been picked up and put away with disdain.
Watch out for that short bowler. The batter has come walking towards the bowler, and that also Harris Rauf.
Oh, you're thinking like a fast bowler, aren't you?
I'll be watching that ball, either a full ball or a short one. I'd go for the short one.
Well, double bluff. I think he's going to go for the Yorker. If he keeps, you see, if the red mist suddenly develops in front of his eyes, he'll want to bowl it short. If he's smart, he'll bowl it full. Yorker.
I win.
And the red mist wins. Power play done, 34 for 1.
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন। উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
ঠিক আছে, খরচ কমছে। ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
All drums are beating. Chris Gaffney signals the end of the power play, 34 for 1. Pakistan's power play was 29 for no wicket. Fielding restrictions, no more than 5 fielders now allowed outside the circle as Imad Wasim, first over, 5 dot balls, just went for 1 single. Oh, he's got one to turn, and I say that with that element of surprise because he's not a genuine spinner, or he has rolled his fingers down the side of the ball. We need Murali Karthik here to talk about this.
Are you saying that he's a seam bowler?
No, but he he does change his grip. Oh, well bowled. They're going to go upstairs here. I think this is an umpire's view. The umpires want to see this.
Third umpire to director, we have a review from Stump. It's a fair delivery. Can we have front on first, please? Looks like he's missed that. Can I just check that with Aldridge, please? Okay. Keep going. Yep. No batting involved. We'll go to your best side on shot, please. Yeah, the foot is grounded, ready to make my decision.
Paul Rifle is the third umpire. Have to go through the protocols for the caught behind first and then for the stumping review. Imad Wasim seems to be bowling it a little bit slower, which is why he's getting some purchase.
Yes, absolutely. He's reduced the pace at which he's been bowling in the earlier games. Of course, that was for the very new ball, the second over. Today, it's a different outing for Imad Wasim, and he's realized that a little bit of variation helps. He doesn't have to go out there to restrict the batter. He already knows there are 189 runs on the board for Pakistan. It's good variation from Imad Wasim.
Yeah, you often see him, Imad, for Pakistan and for his franchise, Karachi Kings, which he captains, that he comes on with the new ball and bowls the arm ball. Doesn't look to spin it too much, but here he's getting some purchase, bowling it slower. Little paddle comes out again from Stephen Barr. And I think because of that, Babar Azam's put himself at slip. You've got to. I mean, they've got enough runs on the board. No changes to this Pakistan team from the side that has won 3 out of 3. Slip's gone now to a short fine. Slapped away. That'll be 4 runs. Bit short that time from Imad. 7 gone, 40 for 1.
Yeah, just exactly what you don't want from your left-arm spinner. Quicker ball, dropping it short. He had 2 very good deliveries in the first 2 balls of the over, Imad Wasim. And then he drops one.
শিরশির অনুভূতিকে দ্রুত হার মানান সেন্সোডাইন র্যাপিড রিলিফের সঙ্গে।
মাঝখানে ভ্যানিলা ক্রিম আর 2 পাশে বিস্কুট, ইয়াম্মি মজা। তাই এখন ক্রিমও খাও নিজের স্টাইলে।
নিউজিল্যান্ড ডেয়ারি এক্সেলেন্স ইন কোয়ালিটি।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট সার্চ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
Is 81 against Uganda at Windhoek in April this year. He's also got 15 first-class centuries and 8 List A centuries and two centuries in 2020 cricket, but not at international level. He's also a decent bowler. 3 for 9 is best in T20 internationals. But he's experienced, and so is this leg spin. He's only 23 years of age, Shadab Khan. Leg spinner, bowls the googly. Economy is good, 7.3. And he's got such a good repeatable action. Over the years, plying his craft for Islamabad United. Well, their great mentor and coach, Dean Jones, wanted him to not just bowl leg spin, but also to bat high up the order. And that's why Asif Ali was used down the order a little bit as a middle order hitter. Shadab would go 3, 4.
1-1-1.
Man out there at long off. It's Haris Rauf. Good action, this Anjum.
Yes, very good action. Very smooth. Very controlled. He gets side on. He gets the arm very nicely high. He bowls from a good height. It's not too low. He doesn't drop his left arm, the bowling arm, too very early. Allows him to hold his shape longer.
It's a risk shot. Very well fielded. Risk reward. We're going to play the switch. You take a chance. Sometimes the chances come up. Babar Azam, the fielder. Looking for 2. No, they won't. They won't go there. Shoaib Malik out there in the deep.
You want a cricketer or a player who is surety in the playing 11 to be a specialist. He's a middle over specialist bowler. He can bowl depending upon the requirement with his variations. He's very economical, whether he's bowling to a left-hander or a right-hander.
Yeah, absolutely, Anjum, and that his boundary percentage 13. 13% of his deliveries just go for a boundary, so that's a low number. That's good.
And just looking at Shadab Khan, you know that he's a leg spinner. We've already been told that, by you of course, that he is such a good contributor with the bat, and he's a good fielder. So when you have variations from your bowler, when you have runs from the same player as a batter, he automatically becomes a very crucial member of the team.
Just makes a little room for himself, Stephen Bard. 5 from Shadab's over. 8 gone, 45 for 1.
এইটা নেন। তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বোঝাতে পারলাম না।
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে। তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই।
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
Against Scotland in Dubai, followed by India against Afghanistan here at the Abu Dhabi at the Zayed Cricket Stadium in Abu Dhabi. 6 o'clock local time. India played 2, lost 2, lost to Pakistan, lost to New Zealand. And Afghanistan just lost to Pakistan. Right, Hafiz had a wonderful little cameo with the bat. Here he is with his off spin. And a dinky little paddle. Off goes Shaheen. Look at those long strikes. Oh, well done. I often, when you look at a fast bowler, and to me he's a prime asset, and you see them diving around, you almost don't want a fast bowler like this to dive around. But here he is. He's caused the groundsman a headache here. Look at that. Oh, we'll have to repair that. But from the injury point of view, lofted. Man underneath it is a spectator. It's 6.
He's playing a very, very impressive innings here. Williams, I like the way that he picked the ball that has given slight loop by Hafiz. Just enough to allow Williams to come underneath that bounce. Good hit.
I think caught by the coach, Peter Brown. Very good catch. Oh, he's taking a chance. Craig Williams making room. That was over the top of middle.
Yeah, he missed an opportunity of having a good knock the last game against Afghanistan. He started off well, 23 against Scotland, 1 against Afghanistan. So he's come prepared. He knows what exactly is going to be thrown at him.
They want 2. No, it's a scream of no. He's just back, scrambled back.
Third umpire director, we have a review for a run out. Have your best side on view, please.
Oh, this looks desperately short. Oh, the bat is not. It's not behind the line.
That's short. Ready to make a decision on the big screen.
That is really bad luck for Namibia and for Stephen Bard. Unfortunately, the original call was for 2 to put pressure on the fielder. Harris Ralph has got a very good arm. And unfortunately, Stephen Bard is on the walk back. 29.
কেউ ভাবুক আর না ভাবুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতেই। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল স্যানিটাইজিং হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে। আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার। বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
Gerard Erasmus, the skipper. Strike rate is healthy, 133. Oh, it's the last place that Gerard Erasmus wants the ball to hit. It's hit him on the right hand, and you saw how he just pulled his hand off the glove. He's batting and he's playing with a broken finger. And that's why he's got some extra tape around that glove. He's not going to show the pain, is he? Not going to show the discomfort. He's a big, strong boy. Law graduate from Stellenbosch University.
Oh.
9 gone, 56 for 2.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার, বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে ব্যবহার অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 14 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
Now, Stephen Bard, it's hurting him that he was run out. He was batting well, 29 from 29. It's an unfortunate piece of play because Craig Williams had actually slipped at the non-striker's end. Stephen Bard here. Right, now here the call was for 2, but then you see Craig Williams had slipped and he screamed for Stephen Bard to go back. Ooh, that's an inviting gift. Only one. That was the problem. It was that Craig Williams, he had to say no because he slipped. And Stephen Bard had come a long way down. Oh, goodness, you're talking about centimetres. And it's an emotional time. You feel for him. He batted so well. Is that a catch? Was that a chance?
His reaction says so. I wouldn't be feeling so bad had it been a bumped ball. Yep, took it on the full. You saw it coming, had the time. Shadab Khan.
Rizwan's always got something to say.
Encouraging words, but he's going to get another one very soon.
Oh, drilled straight back over Shadab's head. Haris Rauf dives and saves the boundary. Well done. Run saved.
You can't keep this man out of action. Another ball did come Shadab Khan's way, but this was way over his head. Quick recovery. Very, very good throw again. Impressive from Haris Rauf.
Well, he's 100% committed cricketer. He's at long off and Shaheen at mid-on, long on.
Williams been batting really well. Hafiz, the time that he tossed the ball up slightly, gave time to Williams to come underneath that. And a long, towering 6. 81 meters, the distance in that.
Oh, this is a good-looking shot. Is it enough? Is it enough? Yes, it is. Rifle straight from the skipper.
You talk about an injured right hand, that's the bottom hand for Rasmus. He is not going to hold himself back. When you back yourself and you know the skill level, he's up for a fight, up for the contest.
Well, this is good stuff from Gerard Erasmus. He knows that the asking rate is going up. It's over 12 now. It's a daunting task for Namibia, but he's going to make the best of this while he's out in the middle. gone after him, swings him around leg side, and will collect 4 this time. 10 gone. Namibia 70 for 2. And it's time for drinks.
ভাবছেন এসি চালালেই বাড়বে বিদ্যুৎ বিল? আরে যদি থাকে গ্রি, নো চিন্তা, ডু চিল। গ্রি এসির ইনভার্টার টেকনোলজি বাঁচায় বিদ্যুৎ খরচ আর পরিবেশ বান্ধব গ্যাস বাঁচায় পরিবেশ। গ্রি এসি একটু বেশি ঠান্ডা।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ট মানি তো ফ্রি।
দাঁতের শিরশির অনুভূতি থেকে আরাম পেতে ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন।
Namibia would need to go at 12 and over if they were to get to this target of 190. Not easy going, but it hasn't been bad from a batting point of view for Namibia. They're 70 for 2 at the moment.
This one, well, he's had a wonderful tournament. He's not stopping it with his gloves, he's stopping it with his pads, and he wants to do it all. He's appealing, he wants the DRS, he wants to be, well, doing all of it. Decisions as well, that's out. So it doesn't matter if he's opening the batting and getting all the runs, he wants the rest of it too.
Many batters would give themselves out. Not too many, that's for sure. Sonali, one bowler with the wicket so far, but look at Imad Wasim. He's 2 overs going for just 7 runs. Been easy from Namibia's point of view, but they have shown some good fight. Captain is there now with Craig Williams, trying to put on a partnership. They've made 15 together so far. And Harris Ralph's first. Yeah, we'll be wanting more of that. This has been some good fight shown by Namibia in a very tough situation. They would have been realistic coming into this game of their chances. And they know also they're chasing 190. Is probably out of their reach, probably. But great fight shown. Anjum Chopra, you've got something.
Yeah, he's been so impressive, Harris Shroff. Of course, we've seen the kind of wickets and the deliveries that he's bowled to get the better of the New Zealand batters and the Indian team as well early on in the contest. And the reason why I say that he's very effective is, of course, when he comes in after Shaheen Shah Afridi and Hassan Ali, and the middle overs that he controls, he's of course got the pace that is to his advantage. 44% of his wickets have been with pace. And that pace is of 140 kmph. So when you have a bowler, the skill of Harris Shroff, who's hitting the target more often than not. 75% of his deliveries are in the line of the stumps. And he's forcing the batter to play. He's not allowing the batter to weave away from the line of the pace at which Harris Shroff is bowling.
And Anjum, you'd like more bounces, wouldn't you? Not delivering enough bounces with that 150 kph.
Yes, absolutely, Bazad. Of course, we've already seen that this pitch is assisting the seamers. We've seen that in the earlier game, that the South African bowlers extracted with the kind of pace and bounce. And I'm sure Harris Shroff would like to use that to his advantage. You must be happy with the Pakistan performance, Bazad.
Quietly happy, yes.
Quiet? It's
Very
not a
quiet.
word I would associate with you, Bezzy.
When have you heard me? Been so silent. Anyway, get off that subject, but yeah, it's been performance of Pakistan, which you don't really associate with them being so consistent through a tournament.
Well, I'm just talking about how accurate Raf has been. He's been accurate with pace as well, but he has also got a good change of pace too. So it's not easy for the batters to read. And clearly, on this occasion, Williams not reading it. Just a single of the last ball of the over, 71 for 2.
কেউ ভাবুক আর না ভাবুক, নিজের এবং পরিবারের সুরক্ষার দায়িত্বটা রাখুন নিজের হাতে। ব্যবহার করুন সেপনিল স্যানিটাইজিং হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
সেপনিল, সুরক্ষার পাওয়ার আপনার হাতে।
Runs have come from this partnership so far, and we've already seen Erasmus just open up a little bit, especially compared to what we've seen from the captain through the tournament. So often he's had to come in, try and steady an innings, and try and be sort of more the anchor. Are we going to see something different from him tonight? Wonderful atmosphere tonight. Great enjoyment by the Pakistan fans.
But at least just make sure that they show some intent in trying and hitting those boundary balls to the boundary and over the fence as well.
Oh, has he got his foot back? He was dancing around the crease.
TV umpire to directly, we have a review for stumping. It's a fair delivery. Maybe a front on first, please. Thank you. Close to the bat. I'll just check with ultra edge, please. No batting involved. Your best side on angle, please. Yeah. Foot is grounded. Make my decision on the big screen.
Pretty good footwork in the end from the Namibian captain. He survives now. What is his plan? So far he's looked to attack. He's got a 4 and a 6 to his name. Just playing differently to what we've seen from him through the tournament.
You can see Shadab just pulling outside off stump. Just wants to keep that ball away from that hitting zone.
Catch it! It's gone pretty high. This will take some catching. And it goes down. China Freedy coming off the boundary. Went a long way up. He had quite a lot of ground to make. And just didn't quite get into the right position.
Again, Shadab bowling it wide, so Erasmus had to drag that. Ryan Shaw, Freedy, well, it's just burst through his hands. He's quite lucky that it landed on his shoulder. But you expect him to take those.
Namibia have made the intentions clear. They are going to put their foot on the accelerator and push for this target.
Shadab again trying to bowl wide, but he's dragged this down, so made that flat back shot easier. But what Williams has done well is that he's waited for it. Even though he was down the track, he gave himself a chance to wait for it.
Big shot. And it's gone out to the offside. No real timing near the bottom of the bat. 78 for 2.
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার। বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
বিকাশে খরচ কমছে, ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
This stage, Pakistan were 89 without loss. This is just where they started to really accelerate and pull away from Namibia. Namibia at the halfway stage, they felt pretty happy with what they put on the board. But you have to have quite a spectacular finish to get to the target. Well played. Made some room straight down the ground. Williams is finding his form.
That is some shot. He's given himself room outside leg stump, but this is off the back foot. He's punched it down the ground. That is high skill. To be able to get so much power down the ground off the back foot. He's gone miles in the air. Nansha Afridi has rushed in. He's not steadied himself enough. And in the end, wasn't balanced enough under the ball. Oh, hasn't been good today. That's an understatement.
Straight to the fielder. Erasmus was looking to attack and go after the bowlers, and in the end, he perishes.
They're slowing it up. Just tossing this up, so no timing on the shot. Goes straight to Shadab. Clever bowling. There's no option for the captain other than to attack. He goes. Out for 15, it's 83 for 3.
সবুজ বিপ্লবের স্বপ্নদ্রষ্টা জাতির পিতা বঙ্গবন্ধু শেখ মুজিবুর রহমানের ছবি দিয়ে তৈরি বিশ্বের সর্ববৃহৎ শস্যচিত্র এবার স্থান করে নিল গিনেস বুক অব ওয়ার্ল্ড রেকর্ডসে। বাংলাদেশের এই গৌরবময় অর্জনের অংশীদার হতে পেরে ন্যাশনাল এগ্রি কেয়ার গর্বিত।
এনএসসি ন্যাশনাল এগ্রি কেয়ার, এসো স্বপ্ন ফলাই।
কিন্তু প্যানেলের গ্যারান্টি শুধুমাত্র কঙ্কা এলজিজিভি দিচ্ছে প্যানেলের 4 বছরের গ্যারান্টি।
বুঝতেই পারছেন কি হবে স্মার্ট ডিসিশন।
কঙ্কা সাধ্যের মধ্যে সবটুকু।
David Visser for a couple of times in this tournament has been the hero for Namibia. Can he do something spectacular tonight? Struggled with the ball in the last couple of games, so he'll be wanting to make his mark here. His strike rate through this tournament has been very good. Strike rate through his career isn't bad either, just under 130. Of course, we're needing quite a bit more than that tonight. David Visser joining Williams. Williams is just starting to find his groove. And Visser continue with this tempo that Namibia are trying to set. It does like pace on though.
Yeah, pace off, just floated it up, maybe just slightly outside off, and that caused the missed timing off the shot.
Required run rate is just starting to balloon. It's close to 15 and over. They need to find a way to take some control. They need a few big overs, and soon. 84 for 3.
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ডওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
দাঁতের শিরশির অনুভূতি থেকে আরাম পেতে ডেন্টিস্টরা সেন্সোডাইন ব্যবহারের পরামর্শ দেন।
Captain Karate Rasmus said that unfortunately he wasn't able to make a big mark with the bat. He's got Isa on that hand. The right ring finger is the one that he's broken. We'll be seeing more of the spinners. Not surprising to David Visser, who likes pace on. Look at the difference. David Visser's strike rate, pace versus spin. It's a big difference.
Been good for Pakistan again. Hassan Ali with the new ball, impressive, 1 for 9. He'll take that wicket, and also he'll take a bit of confidence into the next game. Needed that. And as you suspect, in Pakistan in cruise control right now. Pakistan have never played Namibia in T20 cricket, except for David Visser. David Visser, well, he's played a lot in that Pakistan Super League. He's got a fan following there, so he'll know a bit about this bowling lineup. Interesting field change, almost like a long stop behind the bowler. We saw this yesterday with Morgan when Moeen Ali was bowling the 19th over.
So as a result, he'll try the lap. Take him off strike. Oh, it might be an overthrow. So he'll come back onto strike in the end. Will they keep the same field? Even South Africa at times had a fielder behind the bowler against the West Indies. That's something being tried by a few captains in this tournament. So just now, a little bit of a change with the field. They had a fielder very straight just behind the bowler's arm for the previous delivery. Standing at long off, he is moving straighter. It's a little bit more conventional. That's well played. Threw his hands at it hard, knowing there was a big gap there.
Just got the length. It was slightly short outside off, so he made sure that he got underneath it. At no stage did he want to hit it to ground. He wanted it up and over, which he got.
Feeling just a little bit slippery at the moment. She's probably sweating quite a bit. It's humid out there. Tries to catch it yet again. This time around, no mistake made by Hassan Ali. And Sharaf Khan has a wicket right at the end of his spell.
Persisting outside of stumps, so the ball ended up too far away from the bat. That's twisted in his hand as well, but it was clever bowling by Shatap. Good catch, Hassan Ali. Good little innings for Craig Williams. 40, it's 93 for 4.
Oh, green tea, right? তো বলি স্কিন এত সুন্দর কেন? থ্যাঙ্কস, বাট নর্মাল টি। এখন নিশ্চয়ই পার্লারে না, ডিরেক্ট পার্টিতে।
সবাই তো জিলাস হবি। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন, ডাবল ময়শ্চারে ডাবল কেয়ারে বিউটিফুল স্কিন। রিভাইভ ময়শ্চারাইজিং লোশন।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট সার্চ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
JJ Smith can hit the ball a long way. And of course, Namibia will need a few of those from him. We could be in for some fireworks. JJ Smith and David Visser batting together. Namibia need some big hits from JJ Smith. It's an excellent strike rate. He was one of the big hitters within the qualifying in 2019. Made a big difference for Namibia in that tournament. Can he make a difference here tonight? Visser on strike as the bat is crossed. Big appeal. It's a long appeal as well by Hassan. And having a look around. A little smile from the umpire as well.
Such a massive appeal by Hassan Ali. Nobody really supported him. Big inside edge. Hassan Ali thought there was nothing on it and he was pleading. Didn't get a lot of support.
Craig Williams, I'm sure, would have been dreaming of a half century at the T20 World Cup, and this was him just about on his way to that mark. But in the end, he falls 10 runs short. It was a good innings from him. We haven't, before this match, seen the best of him with the bat. He showed some of it tonight. I imagine both of these batters would enjoy a little bit of pace on here. Wide run rate now is just over 17. Oh, he's done so well. He came down the track, still managed to play this late square through the offside.
Top of the bounce, hit it hard. Really hard. Flew off the bat. It's got power. That one using the pace and applying power on it. Personally, with the catch, went pretty high, and times 3.71 seconds.
Peter Braden and Albie Morkel have done an amazing job with this team and got them through so much to get to this stage. They know that this is a tough matchup. Done a brilliant job. Wow, that's a lucky edge. Let's just get them the one run. With 5 overs to go, Namibia are 101 for 4.
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি ত্বকের যত্নে মায়ের স্পর্শের মতোই বিশুদ্ধ।
আমাদের বেকম্যানদেরও আছে কিছু সুপার পাওয়ার। বেস্ট ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্টস, বেস্ট অটোমেটেড মেশিন, উদ্দেশ্য একটাই, ঘরে ঘরে এমন অসাধারণ কিছু মুহূর্ত তৈরি করা। ইটস আ বেকম্যানস ক্রিয়েশন।
ডেলিভারি নেয়ার পরই লাইভ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে হাত ধুয়ে থাকুন, সুরক্ষায় 10-এ 10।
ঠিক আছে, খরচ কমছে। ক্যাশ আউট 1014 টাকা 90 পয়সা।
Well, the band is happening here at Zion. I can tell you out in the middle, an old David Grohl lookalike, David Visa, out in the middle, and he is going to entertain this crowd, hopefully, with some big blows. 101 for 4. Visa, the classy star all-rounder for Namibia. He's the non-strikers in. It's JJ Smith. Let's see if he can smoke it. That's full from Shaheen. That means that Big David Visa's on strike. Here and all. Story so far. So I'll be happy with that on the power play. Nothing outrageous, but only lost the 1 wicket. And then his middles overs needed more runs. 67 for 3. And I think you can understand where it is for an associate nation to be on the big stage and wanting to make the most of everything happening here at Zion. Visa. I'll get back. The aggression. The pump. William Bishop's on the wrong side. Bish. Not bad, is it? A little workout.
Yeah, and that's why, absolutely. That's why from here on in, even with the magnitude of what is needed, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Haris Rauf, they'll want to finish in the customary fashion, doing good things, practicing good habits to close out the game.
Just like that, it's a one-hander. You can see what the bowler was trying to achieve, but he missed his Yorker. Visa didn't.
And it's a smart shot. It's just I suppose, a push over mid-off from the attempted Yorker. And what may make these Yorkers a little bit more challenging to serve up tonight is the moisture out there. I'm sure there's dew. I can see some tyre tracks around the field.
Certainly a bit of dew on the players. Moisture. Oh, classy looking stroke, but can't beat the field. Visa a little annoyed with himself. Hassan Ali's got one more up his sleeve in terms of the workout. There's those tyre tracks, Bish. Hawkeye, Ian Bishop.
And the towels have been out for a while now, and they've done well to get to this point, but they'll want to dry the ball and ensure that Shaheen Shah Afridi will have good traction on it.
So one more delivery and then one more over for Shaheen Afridi. Don't worry about the asking rate. It's 20. So in a way, it's just, let's enjoy this opportunity. Let's enjoy the moment that we're here at the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Namibia, that is, playing one of the best in the business. I do love the fats and the buggy. Might hurt a little. I know you're there. We've had 16. And the boys in blue are 107 for 4 now.
শিরশির অনুভূতিকে দ্রুত হার মানান সেন্সোডাইন র্যাপিড রিলিফের সঙ্গে।
মাঝখানে ভ্যানিলা ক্রিম আর দুই পাশে বিস্কুট, ইয়াম্মি মজা। তাই এখন ক্রিমও খাও নিজের স্টাইলে।
নিউজিল্যান্ড ডেয়ারি এক্সেলেন্স ইন কোয়ালিটি।
বিকাশে ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ কমছে আর সেন্ড মানি তো ফ্রি।
Yeah, DW to his mates. David Visa, wonderful striker. I think from an entertainment perspective, he's on strike now to Haris Ralph. Of course, Haris Ralph quite capable of getting to the late 140s, even 150 clicks. As Ian Bishop was saying, a little bit different now with a greasier ball. There is a little bit of dew in here this evening. Stands for a little change up. Not his quickest. Sunday the 7th. Mouth-watering. That's a typical Visa slice. He wants to. Gets it easy. Out with the greasy ball, Bish. Just trying to think. A while ago, nice when we played, but holding onto a ball that's greasy, never easy. It's great to see Namibia here. I think about qualification a couple of years ago in this part of the world. Yeah, it was October of 19. Beat the Netherlands there, beat Ireland, which was the biggie. A great story to get through to Super 12. That sounded good. Crunched. Protection in the deep.
Yeah, for David Visa, he's been around the tracks. He's played international cricket for South Africa, so that's why he's their talisman in many ways in this tournament. For the other players, including Gerard, Erasmus, and company, they would have had a little initiation against a couple of teams earlier. Against Kumara and Chamira here earlier. Against Afghanistan, Seamers. And tonight, high-level pace from Ralph, from Shaheen Shah Afridi, a little bit from Hassan Ali as well. It's a step up in pace for them. Gerard Erasmus said after the last game that they need to lift their game against this type of pace. So it's a great sort of experience for Namibia, because when it's been high pace above 135, the strike rate is 93. When it's been below that, the strike rate jumps to 133. Slower ball. That's a change of pace set up by the high pace before it. And the fans continue to cheer with some excellence from Haris Ralph.
Smith's got to go. But kudos to the bowler. There is the slower ball that Ian Bishop's on about. Great change of pace. After pace on, time for some pace off. And celebrations all round. Because Fuck had got in the way with his hands. It was a good catch in the end under the night sky. Smith goes for 2. It's 110 for 5 here.
8 and তোমাদেরকে লেবুর গুরুত্বটাই বুঝাতে পারলাম না।
ত্বকের জন্য লেবু যে কতটা গুরুত্বপূর্ণ তা বুঝেই আমরা মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিকে তৈরি করেছি লেবুর নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন সির গুণ দিয়ে। তাই ত্বকের সম্পূর্ণ সুরক্ষায় ভরসা রাখুন শুধু মেরিল পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলিতেই।
দেশের একমাত্র 100% পিওর ভ্যাসলিন পেট্রোলিয়াম জেলি।
He's going to have the concussion test for sure. 111 for 5, but look at this. Right on the button.
Well, it's what we talked about, but it's the experience visa. This is what Namibia have had to contend with. 111 for 5. The pace and the carry, and you've seen that as a batter, and then you get this change down in gear from 142 to 122, and you throw the shot much too quickly, and so the bat makes contact on its way up after up with no power. Brilliant bowling, but as we reminded you, below 135 the strike rate goes up where they're more comfortable and more accustomed historically. Namibia, the change of pace worked beautifully.
Yeah, it's all those tricks, isn't it? When you think about pace on, pace off, bounces, Yorkers, slower tennis ball bounces, keep the opposition batters guessing and not allowing them to get into a rhythm of striking it. And here's another Lofty Eaton, 20-year-old. There's a bit of fast leggies. Hassan Ali, spot on. No run there, young man.
So important with the change of pace that you get the length right, that it's not too full. And so it's a nice little tracking of the elevation and its drop. No distance, and he loves it. We love it as well. Great deception. Oh, beautiful.
And your feet just not quite going. Understandable, though. You're a young man and you're facing the Pakistan pace trio. I know we've said it before, we'll say it again. It's a wonderful story from going from tape ball only about 3.5 years ago to suddenly getting picked up. And he, of course, with Shaheen Shah Afridi, plays for that franchise in the PSL. He played with the Hobart Hurricanes down under in Australia in the Big Bash. 5 for there, I recall, at the MCG. He bowls quick and, yeah, Melbourne Stars. They get around these boys. Here's another change-off. Who wants it? Oh, no. Ahmad Wasim couldn't get there. Yes, just to clarify, that at Melbourne, for the Melbourne Stars, in green. So he likes playing in green, Bish.
Sort of camp, and he went in. Didn't have any great aspirations and expectations. Went with his friend as the Rad came out behind Hassan Ali as he ran in. And Gujranwala